Hey there, English learners! Are you ready to take your English to the next level? You know, when you're speaking with native speakers, sometimes it can feel like they're speaking in riddles. Like, it's raining cats and dogs outside, or don't spill the beans. And you're sitting there like, wait, are animals falling from the sky? Or am I supposed to literally not spill something? Relax, you're not alone. Idioms are one of the coolest and quirkiest parts of English. They're phrases that don't literally mean what they say, but they add so much color and personality to everyday conversations. And guess what? Today, I'm teaching you 15 of the most fun and commonly used English idioms you need to know. Plus, I'll show you how to use them in real-life situations so you can sound natural, confident, and dare I say it, fluent. 15 fun English idioms you need to know. And here's a little secret. Mastering idioms isn't just about learning English. It's about feeling English. Idioms let you connect with people, make them laugh, and sometimes confuse them in a good way. So grab a notebook, get comfy, and let's jump in with a sweet idiom to start things off with. Let's kick it off with piece of cake. This idiom means something is super easy. For example, if you're really good at cooking and someone asks, "Was it hard to make this lasagna?" You can say, "Nah, it was a piece of cake." But don't take this phrase literally. You're not saying making lasagna is like eating desserts. Although, I wouldn't mind if it was. Alright, now that we're warmed up, let's talk about what to do when things start to feel a little awkward. Break the ice. Break the ice is what you do when you want to make people feel more comfortable. For example, imagine you're at a party where you don't know anyone. Awkward, right? You could break the ice by asking a fun question like, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Here's another example. On a first date, you might say something like, "So tell me the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you." Boom! Ice officially broken. See? Breaking the ice isn't hard, it's just about being brave and a little creative. Speaking of bravery, let's move on to our next idiom, which is all about toughing it out. Bite the bullet. Bite the bullet means doing something you really don't want to do, but you have to. For example, let's say you've been putting off a dentist appointment for months because, well, who likes going to the dentist? But eventually, you have to bite the bullet and make the appointment. It's all about facing the music. Wait, that's another idiom, by the way. And it's all about getting things done, even though they're unpleasant. So by making your dentist appointment, you'll say, "Okay, I'll bite the bullet and just go." Alright, let's lighten up the mood a bit with an idiom about keeping secrets. Or not keeping them in this case. Spill the beans. Spill the beans means to reveal a secret. For example, I accidentally spilled the beans about a surprise party tonight. It's a funny way of saying, "Oops, I let the secret slip." And here's a tip for you. If you want to sound more natural, you can also use it in a playful way. For example, if someone looks like they have something to tell you, you can say, "Come on, just spill the beans." It's a great way to invite someone to share their secret with you. Here's a mini quiz for you. If I said, "Don't spill the beans about my birthday," what does that actually mean? Think about it while we move on to the next idiom. Let the cat out of the bag. Let the cat out of the bag is similar to spilling the beans. It means revealing a secret. For example, the team let the cat out of the bag about the new project before it was announced. Now, does this mean you're literally hiding a cat in a bag? Of course not, but it's a fun and memorable way to describe spoiling a surprise. Okay, so we've talked about secrets. Now let's talk about money. Specifically when things get crazy expensive. Costs an arm and a leg. Costs an arm and a leg means something is really expensive. For example, that new car costs an arm and a leg. Don't worry, actual limbs are not involved. It's just a way of saying something is ridiculously pricey. Alright, time to switch gears. Let's talk about what happens when the weather gets wild. Raining cats and dogs. This is a classic idiom that means it's raining really hard. For example, don't forget your umbrella. It's raining cats and dogs outside. And no, there are no animals involved. But this idiom paints a funny picture, doesn't it? The next one we have is burning the midnight oil. Burning the midnight oil means staying up late to work or study. Like, I've got a big test tomorrow, so I've been burning the midnight oil every night this week. But hey, don't let this become a habit. Even though it's impressive to burn the midnight oil, your brain needs some sleep too. And so does mine. Now, if staying up late isn't your thing, sometimes life throws challenges your way. This next idiom is all about staying strong when things get tough. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. When the going gets tough, the tough get going means that when life gets hard, strong people rise to the challenge. For example, let's say your soccer team is losing badly, but instead of giving up, you work even harder to make a comeback. That's what it means to get going when the going gets tough. Alright, so speaking of challenges, here's what happens when something is completely out of control, out of hand. Out of hand means a situation has gotten uncontrollable. Like, the party got out of hand when too many people showed up. Here's a tip. If things are getting out of hand, take a deep breath and figure out how to regain control. Like asking the noisy crowd to maybe leave. Our next idiom is the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds means you're getting the advantages of two different things. For example, living in the suburbs gives you the best of both worlds. You're close to the city, but it's also peaceful. Another example, watching this video. You're learning English and having fun. Best of both worlds, right? Alright, from perfect balance, let's move to what happens when someone messes things up big time. Throw someone under the bus. Throw someone under the bus means blaming someone else to save yourself. For example, he forgot to do his homework, so he threw his friend under the bus and said it was both their faults. It's not a nice thing to do, but it's a common idiom. So next time someone tries to throw you under the bus, you can call them out. Okay, time for a happier idiom. Let's talk about seeing the bright side of things. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining means that even in bad situations, there's something good to be found. For example, I didn't get the job I wanted, but it gave me time to discover something I'm really passionate about. Every cloud has a silver lining, I guess. And speaking of seeing the good in things, let's move on to an idiom about working together. Two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one means teamwork gets better results. For example, I was stuck on this project, but my friend helped and we figured it out together. Two heads are better than one. It's a great reminder that asking for help isn't a weakness, it's a strength. And now for our final idiom, a phrase about taking the ultimate leap of faith. Jump on the bandwagon. Jump on the bandwagon means joining a trend or doing something popular. For example, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon and buying the latest iPhone. But remember, you don't always have to follow the crowd. Sometimes being original is way cooler. There you have it, 15 amazing idioms that will make your English conversations more fun, expressive, and natural. Which idiom was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And here's a challenge for you. Try using at least 3 of these idioms this week. Whether it's at work, in school, or just with friends, practice makes perfect. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fun language tips. See you next time!